What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I'll bring you through my process for drawing this bearded man on toned paper with graphite and white charcoal. You can see in the final version of this drawing that I kept the values mostly grouped into 3 shapes. The hat at the top and coat under his beard are the darkest areas, while I let his face and skin be the tone of the paper, with some variation in shading. And finally, the beard is the lightest value in the drawing. Keeping it simplified in this manner helped me to create a strong drawing that reads easily and looks realistic. Let's take a look at how I arrived at this final drawing. I started out with a simple sketch, focusing on proportions of the head and placement of features. Once I feel confident about the overall sketch of the entire head and it's all blocked in, I go straight into my focal point. In this case, it's the eyes and the face. I start by shading these areas as dark as they should be from the very beginning, from the start. The reason I do this is because I'm determining a range of values for this drawing. I decide this is as dark as I want to go, and everything I shade after this will be lighter than these areas, or just as dark but not darker. After working on the face for a bit, I move up to the hat and shade most of it in with a first layer. At this point, I'm still keying in the values for the drawing and determining the darkest darks. I'll need a few layers to achieve the darkness I'm looking for. After shading some of the coat as well, I add some of the subtle shading to the face, like the wrinkles on the forehead. I sometimes use a blending stump to smooth out some of the shading. Now I start adding some of the white beard using a white charcoal pencil. Once I feel confident about how dark I'm going to go, I switch to figuring out how light I'm going to go as well. This is one process I use for shading a drawing. Determine the lightest lights and darkest darks, and work the other values in between those 2 values. Remember, even though this drawing looks quite complex, I'm still keeping it to 3 main values mostly. I continue filling in the beard using loose, textural strokes to create a realistic look. Now I decide it's time to go back into the darks and finish up the hat. At this stage, I'm really just fixing up anything I see that needs work. I move down into the face a bit and also back into the beard using the white pencil again. I tend to jump around my drawing a lot, and this is just how I work sometimes. The process isn't too important sometimes. All that matters is the outcome of the final drawing. I try to remember to keep my values simple and group together with a little variation. If we look at the final drawing again, particularly at the face, we can see there are slight highlights and also shadows as well. The important thing is that we don't overdo these lights and shadows and try to keep it in the mid-tone range. The reason there's highlights and shadows within the skin is because this is what will help to create form. And if we can create form, then we can create something which looks realistic. It's just important not to let these values overpower the rest of the drawing and distract from the overall impact. If we squint at the drawing, we can see once again 3 main value shapes. We'll also see some shadow shapes right above the beard, which help to give realism and form to the face and skin. Even the beard has some shadowing in the mustache area, and the hat also has some lighter areas. But once again, these small areas don't distract from the rest of the overall large shape of value. So next time you do a drawing and use a reference photo, hopefully, before drawing, try to break down your reference into simple value groups. This will help you to create drawings with a strong impact and also simplify your process for shading them. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Peace.